To China, what happened at the Capitol last week was a propaganda gift. The communist government-owned Global Times newspaper called it an iconic humiliation. The madness of the Capitol has dragged America to its Waterloo. Chinese commentators have had a field day mocking what they call U.S. hypocrisy for supporting the sometimes violent pro-democracy demonstrations in Hong Kong. Meanwhile, China has been busy trying to show the world that it offers a better, more stable and prosperous way, and that its economy has recovered from coronavirus while other nations are still stuck in lockdowns. Last week, a New York Times writer even suggested China's system is better than ours, saying citizens of China don't have freedom of speech, but they have the freedom to move around and lead a normal day-to-day life. In a pandemic year, many of the world's people would envy this most basic form of freedom. Michael Waller, an expert on propaganda and psychological warfare at the Center for Security Policy, says this has been the public relations goal of the Chinese government since it first began to be blamed for COVID-19.
Right now, Xi Jinping is doing everything right. Right now, China has perfect stability. It's the model for the world. And by the way, look at how bad the United States is.
But as it tries to overtake the United States and become the most powerful nation on earth, China has become its own worst enemy. Despite images like these making it look like everything has returned to normal, China has not beaten coronavirus. A few days ago, it had to seal off an entire city of 11 million people and order mass testing. Longtime China expert Stephen Mosier.
I think that everything that comes out of China, it's either greatly exaggerated or it's an out-and-out lie.
Shots like these are supposed to help you forget that China is one of the most brutal dictatorships in modern times. Millions of Muslim Uyghurs have disappeared into Chinese internment camps, and Uyghur women have been subjected to forced abortions and sterilization. The Chinese embassy in Washington actually tweeted last week that this is good because women are no longer baby-making machines. But China's biggest obstacle to becoming the world's superpower is simply time. China is on track to be the first major economy that will grow old before it achieves widespread prosperity because of its disastrous one-child policy.
China has killed off a half of the last two generations. 400 million Chinese, unborn Chinese, were eliminated. They've created a demographic trap for themselves, and they're falling into it.
Because of aging, China will need to import foreign workers in 10 years. In 30 years, 1/3 of its population will be elderly. Chinese immigrant Helen Raleigh is the author of Backlash: How China's Aggression Has Backfired.
The aging population, that's a huge issue. That's why Xi feels like he really needs to hurry up.
In China's race against time, President Xi has accelerated Chinese territorial expansion, causing border disputes with most of its neighbors and managing to turn them against China.
Xi is the most aggressive, most assertive Chinese leaders since Chairman Mao. He's really a control freak and he's power hungry.
China has moved big into Africa, becoming the biggest trading partner with African nations, but is sabotaging its own efforts by angering Africans with its deep-seated racism toward blacks. In this Chinese video, African children were tricked into saying in Chinese, "I am a black monster and I have a low IQ." McDonald's had to apologize after a restaurant posted this sign saying no blacks allowed. And this commercial from Chinese TV portrays a laundry detergent so strong, it can wash away the skin color of a black man. Chinese economic statistics are so untrustworthy that investment firms often use satellite images to find out the true state of the economy.
No responsible economist or investment professionals will trust any official data out of China.
The economic numbers out of China are not a reflection of reality at all. The Chinese economy is in a recession. The recession is getting deeper as we speak.
Last year, at the 70th anniversary of the founding of China's communist government, President Xi said, "No force can stop China." But the Chinese government's own policies are doing a pretty good job. Dale Hurd, CBN News.